We've just arrived at Wongulla Campground, which is in between Walker Flat and Swan Reach. It's riverside camping and we are really excited to check this place out. Come on, let's have a look. Wongulla is approximately 2 hours out of Adelaide CBD, around about 150 kilometres. The simplest way to get there is to head straight to Walker Flat and then turn onto Cliffview Drive and head straight to Wongulla Campground. On the drive in, just remember about the wombat crossing. They call it Wombat Manor, so keep an eye out for wombats. Now, if you want to get supplies, you can at Walker Flat. There's 2 stores there. There's a general store and a corner store. Please take note of the signs posted. They're to keep the campground clean and safe, as well as for your own safety. And welcome to Wongulla Campground. Have a look how beautiful and enticing that river is and the setting. Just take note as well of the wet weather road warning. In wet, this dirt that's on this road and in this campground can really get you bogged, so keep that in mind too. There are bins available for you to use. There are fire pits in some of the spots and there are also picnic tables, but if you're looking for a toilet, there's not an actual toilet in the campground. There's one at the boat ramp just down the road and we'll show you that a bit later. There's no power, phone reception chops between 3G and 4G. The site placements should be pretty straightforward, but we've marked them out as best we can. This particular site is quite large. Although you're away from the river, you've certainly got a lot of privacy and a fire pit and a picnic table. And it's flat. There's some good shady spots in this one as well. You might not be able to grow cucumbers here, but at least you can find a shady spot. There are also walkways to the river, so you don't have to circle back. As we head deeper in, this next site is small, no shade, and you're a bit exposed. At Wongulla, it actually accommodates all platforms of camping, so whether you've got a motorhome, an RV, or all the way down to a tent and a swag. So most sites will be able to cater, and also quite a lot of turning room for the bigger platforms. Let's move along to the last site and this back part of the campground. This is another large spot, shady, has a picnic table, no fire pit, but you can take your own, and a fair bit of privacy, and it's flat. This site does have a path to the river. Let's head back and check out the river frontage sites. There's some of those bins I mentioned before. Our time at Wongulla, we noticed that the site was very clean, well kept, and not bad for a donation. As you can see, the sites all along the river frontage here are quite nice and large. As you get closer to the river, you notice that there's an angle, but that's okay. You can set it further back if you want some flat ground. Outside of that, there's lots of room here and pretty much just set up wherever you can. The deeper you go, you really start to feel the connection with the trees and the river. These spots are beautiful. in this particular spot you are in a turning circle area, so keep that in mind if you pick this one. But your frontage is pristine. It's great to see that there's quite a number of large sites here and suitable for any platform. You can fish here, kayak, and it's pet friendly. This next spot, we were told by a few people that we spoke to that this was the best, as you had both sides of you surrounded by a river. All these next two sites are not on the main river. They do have this backwater here, which makes for a very pleasant view and surroundings. This particular spot is huge, so lots of spots in here to camp, and there's multiple entries in here, so you don't have to worry about if someone's set up somewhere else or blocking a way in. There's always another way in. Before we go see the last site, if you take note of this sign, there are public toilets, but it's at the boat ramp, which is about 1.8 kilometers away. If it was me, I'd be taking my own toilet. But if you don't have a toilet handy, you can certainly drive down there. The facilities, they're very clean, they're well maintained, and certainly functional. Other than water from the river, there is no drinking water or any other water source at Wongulla. So if you do need water for doing dishes, you can fill up here. Now let's go back and look at the final spot at Wongulla. It's a small one, not a lot of shade, and you will get walk through from people in spots behind you.
Right, so there you go, you've seen Wongulla Campground. Now, bring a kayak, get out and about on this wonderful river. Have a look, enjoy, we certainly have, and we're looking forward to showing you more places like this. And remember, camp by me and you'll be a happy camper.
And don't forget to check out our social media, just search for Camp by Me, and also on YouTube. Follow and subscribe, it's free.
We've just arrived at Walunga Campsite. We're not at Walunga. What's this place called again?
Wongulla.
Wongulla. We're going to Walunga.
The wind's good.